So just in trying to make reggae easy for anyone, not easy. It's not easy. Like any genre of music, you need to study its intricacies and its basic structures for delivery of that particular genre, whether it's hip hop, whether it's country, blues, jazz, etc. But for reggae, I just want to help people out, just trying to start play reggae. So I'm a bassist, but I play a little bit of guitar. I play a lot of keyboards. I'm good enough to just like put together melodies for myself. Um, I wouldn't be good enough to play in a reggae band, like be a main keyboardist that can actually like do a skank and run a melodic line at the same time that I'm skanking or bubbling. So I'm a bassist. I could play a little bit of guitar. I'm not a good guitar soloist. I call what I as a guitarist I do what I call I paint. I drop pieces little bits of paint on the on the canvas. I'm not no Carlos Santana type or Cat Core type, rest in peace, Cat Core type of a guitarist. But okay. Well, I can play a little plug. I can do a little skank and maybe play a little easy fundamental chords and stuff. But like, let's say if you're a keyboardist, right? So the main thing with the keyboards in reggae is what they call the piano bang or the skank, which is like let's say right. So with that, like for instance, so like we're set at 120 default here. Okay, so let's try to bring the metronome up a little bit. So I could count in here and let's bring in a skank, right? Yeah, where's my metronome at? Oh, didn't turn it on. Hold up. I'll learn how to use my DAW software. It'd be great. Okay, is that it? Okay, so we can. I don't know if you can hear that. It's kind of hard to hear on the recording, but so let's bring in. We're just going to do a. So let's just do white keys here. Okay, we're going to do Okay, so nothing fancy. We're just going to do a D minor, to C major. Okay, 2 2. So let's bring that in. Okay, with an 8 bar skank. All right, and now normally you would always want to go back and listen to this and see if it's leave the metronome. Let's see how it sounds here. See if we need to quantize it. Okay, and now and then okay. So another piece of the keyboard process is the organ. All right, and a lot of that organ you can play either lay down just a straight chords to fill, or most popular is the organ bubble. Now I'm going to bring up a VST that I found for free. It's called a Sampleson VST. It's a Collab B V2 free, Collab B V2 free VST. And it's like, all right. It's a semblance of a B3 Hammond. And if you know about anything about a B3 Hammond, especially back with Bob Marley and the Wailers, it was a very popular, uh, organ to have. Uh, Try packing this thing. You need a road crew just to pack this B3 Hammond and put it up on stage. It had the size of it was huge. Had the big bass foot pedals, and plus you had what's called the Leslie cabinet next to it, attached to it, which was like its amp. So this thing was a monster, but the sound was undeniable. So let's see if we can lay down a little bubble, and the bubble is usually built around a skank. Okay, so let's see if we can do a little bubble around here and build this melody. Okay, and so I didn't quantize the piano bang or the piano skank, so let's see if we can get away without quantizing it. Because the reason I don't want to quantize it, if I have to, I will. If something's off, I'll go into the piano arrangement and quantize it, but I want to keep that human feel because humans, we're not perfect in our delivery on the instrument. We're not perfect, even though music does sound perfect. It depends on how it's mixed. All right, so see how that came out. Now I can hear where that might have been off a little bit. Let's I'm gonna quantize that to 16ths. And let's see if it messes it up, if it makes it a little tighter. Let's see, because I heard a little skip there. So let's see what we got. See, that right there did not do good. So let's play that. Let's play that organ over. Let's redo that because I really not like what took me. Let's do that over. Oh, metronome, buddy, metronome. Do not try to record out your metronome because you will mess that up. Okay. Now I'm gonna leave that just as it is. I'm not gonna quantize that. I don't let it go. I think maybe let me quantize the piano bang. Okay, I can live with that. Now let's add a. Let me add a couple more tracks here. A couple more tracks. Okay, so let's add a. Let's add a drum. Now I normally don't do this. I would, if I do a one drop, I would, a one drop is on the one and two, three, on the three. Wop, pra, pa, pa, 1 and 3 and 4 and ding and do, da, do. Okay, but I'm just gonna play it just for funsies. Oh, let me get my headphone cord out here. I'm gonna play the one drop. I'm gonna do the bass and the rim shot at the same time. Normally, I would separate the bass kick and the rim shot and the hi hat, so I can mix them and make them sound, more definitive. But I'm just for demonstration, I'm gonna play them together here. Let me see if I can get this in line. Okay. Let's see, I don't want to quantize that. I'm going to try to keep it, more of the human feel instead of just being so mechanical and robotic and everything, Okay. Now, usually, I didn't want to lay. I'm only the hi hat on a separate track here, so let's bring in that pop drums, pop funky one more again, and let's do a little hat in there. Okay, just gonna lay down a hat, and I'm doing now. Now I am playing my Key Station 49 MK3 M Audio 49 key. Okay, you know it's the M Audio. It's you've seen it on my videos. The long black 49 key M Audio. It's a pretty popular MIDI controller. It's been out for a while, and I like it because it's got bigger keys. And I got big fingers, so I don't mind a little MIDI controllers, but it's hard to play chords on there, playing lines, because a lot of times my fingers are too big to even fit like in the spaces for, especially when you play the minor scales up on them with the black keys, and it gets hard. Okay, let's go ahead and bring in. Let's try to do it on a hat here. See what we got. Okay. Now again, I do not want to quantize that if I don't have to, because again, you're looking for the human element, the human feel in this. All right. Okay, so I can live with that. I can live. So that right there, just if you're a keyboardist, do the white keys, boom, just play a D minor to a C major. So white keys, just to get the feel for it. And later we can start doing some minor key stuff and add some a bridge and a chorus and all of that, and then change the chord structure and all of that. But right now, so now, what's the next thing we want to do? We want to bring that in with a drum roll, right? So let's go. Hold up, let me bring this down a little bit here. Let me get rid of this for right now so we can see. All right, so let me bring in that pop drums funky. And let's see, So right here we see I moved it over to measure 2. So I'm gonna right click here and do create a new object. We're gonna do create new MIDI object. Let's do let me see, 2 bar. I think that would, no. Actually, let's do just a 1 bar. And let me, sorry about this. Let me expand my arrangement window here so we can see where we're at. Okay, and most all your dolls are pretty similar. You got a arrangement view, piano arrangement, boom, or whatever they want to call it. Okay, so I know. So what I like about this, you press on your drum because you can see where the notes are. So we go up here and paint in a little pencil. Start rolling on your toms. Let's see how this comes in. So that was a pretty good one to roll in. Just painted it in, then play it in. So it may, so yeah. So okay, now that this is pretty tight here, we can highlight this and do Control D for Windows, and me. We'll stretch it out to 32. I don't want to go that far. Where am I at here? I don't want to go that far. 32. 32 bar plane, and then we control D. And now we have a, sorry about that, let me hit my mic. Now we have a pretty good little canvas for I'll get that full roll in. Now let's see that I duplicated those bars over if it's clean. So I can live with that. All right. So now let's do the bass line. Cool. Okay, so far we got the skank, the bubble, the kick, the rim shot, one snare, hi-hat, on the intro, and the bass line. So let's see what we got so far. And I haven't put any effects. I haven't put any compression on the bass. It's just straight bass. Okay, so let's see what we got. Real rootsy. 2 chords, simple. Notice the bass line. Did a little more. And on that bass line, I'm on a 4-string bass. All right, 4-string bass. And I'm playing a D on 3rd string, 5th fret, to C, and then on the 4th string, 3rd fret up to the 5th fret, G, A. Then I'm going. So I'm going first. The first line is boom. Then I'm going. Okay, so that's it. All right, so, and that's pretty cool. So that's right there. It's just basically a cool little rhythm I put together. Maybe I'll build up on this in the next. I'll build up on this in the next video. All right, and we can. I'll throw play guitar. I'll do the guitar shadow over the bass. I'll do the guitar skank. Maybe I'll throw in some horns or some strings or something to give it a little more color. And see what we can do. Maybe this will end up being something. All right. Yeah. So until the next video, Magic Music Maker, the old man Rikichi pops out here. Mount Zion Fire. Trying to add blessings and help people out and just provide reggae content to cut through all the slackness music that's out there now. All right. So peace and blessings. I'm out.